Good afternoon, this is Professor Petra Clay, biblical archaeologist, with an exciting find to share with you. This morning we discovered this parchment, very ancient we think, and I found it this morning at the dig, and I've come back to camp, and this afternoon I'm going to document it and take a closer look at just what we've found here. It's just so exciting. And I'm looking here at this parchment. It's secured with a leather tie, which is in wonderful condition considering. I can see already this is very good quality parchment. Well, quite a bit of sand caught here. Let's see. There's some damage, but all in all, it's quite well preserved. So exciting. Just going to have a quick study of the text here. Wow. Yes, this seems to be a personal account of somebody's experience, so I'm going to translate it now. My name doesn't matter. You don't know me. I'm a servant girl in a big house belonging to a very important man. His name you may know. It's Naaman. He is a valiant soldier and commander of the Syrian army. He's won lots of victories for his king, so everyone looks up to him. Oh, my word. What a find. I know a lot about the Syrian army because I was captured by them when they raided my home in Israel. Naaman is my master and his wife is my mistress. I serve her day and night whenever I am needed. But I haven't forgotten my old life in Israel. I haven't forgotten my family or my God. God has kept me safe because even though I was captured and carried away, He made sure I had a good home with Naaman and his wife. I haven't forgotten what my family taught me about Noah, Abraham, and Moses. And I'm especially glad I haven't forgotten God's prophet Elisha, because that is how God used me to help my master Naaman. You see, Naaman had leprosy. Leprosy is a terrible skin disease that spreads to the hands, feet, and face. Over time, my poor master's skin and bones would become deformed. His arms and legs would twist, and eventually his fingers would curl into claws, so he wouldn't be able to use them anymore. It was too horrible to think of that happening to Naaman. My mistress was so sad because there was no cure. She did not want her valiant husband to die. We were talking about it as I served her one day, and I said, I wish my master would meet the prophet who lives in Samaria. He would cure him of his disease. Little did I know the dilemma I would cause by saying those few words. Looking back, I know I was crucial to God's plan. I was in the right place at the right time. My mistress was so excited when she heard what I said. A cure for her husband? Could it be true? She told Naaman straight away, and Naaman went to his king, the king of Syria. He told the king he wanted to go and see the king of Israel, and would he please write a letter to the king of Israel explaining he wanted to be cured of leprosy. The king of Syria said of course he would write the letter. My master came home and began to organize his journey. It was like preparing for one of his military campaigns. Servants and soldiers were running around everywhere. What a rush we had to get everything ready. We had to pack the horses and the chariot. My master Naaman reached the king of Israel and presented him with the letter from his king, the king of Syria. I know now what it said. I am sending my servant Naaman to you so you can heal him of his skin disease. Well, the king of Israel couldn't believe what he was reading. He tore his clothes. That's a sure sign an Israelite is upset. He said, I am not God. I can't kill and make alive again. Why does this man send someone with a skin disease for me to heal? You can see that the king of Syria is trying to start trouble. Elisha heard all about the king getting in a bother. Elisha is the prophet who lives in Samaria. He's the one I'd spoken to my mistress about. Well, he sent a message to the king. Why have you torn your clothes? Let Naaman come to me. Then he will know there is a prophet in Israel. I'm sure the king of Israel was very relieved to send my master to Elisha. I imagine the servant girls in the palace would have had a lot of sewing to do to repair all his torn garments. My master Naaman went with his horses and chariots to Elisha's house and stood outside the door. But the prophet didn't even see him or ask him to come inside his house. Instead, Elisha sent his messenger who said, Go and wash in the Jordan River 7 times. Then your skin will be healed and you will be clean. I know my master only too well. He is a very proud man. He is used to being looked after and admired. Naaman became angry and left. He said, I thought Elisha would surely come out and stand before me and call on the name of the Lord his God. I thought he would wave his hand over the place and heal the disease. The rivers of Damascus are better than all the waters of Israel. Why can't I wash in them and become clean? So Naaman went away very angry. I'm glad Naaman's servants went and reasoned with him. They are loyal men. They said to Naaman, Sir, if the prophet had told you to do some great thing, wouldn't you have done it? It's true. If Elisha had sent Naaman on a quest to climb a great mountain or told him to sail through a storm to an island, he would have done it bravely. But Elisha simply told him to wash in a river. His servant said, Doesn't it make more sense just to do it? After all, he only told you to wash and you will be clean. So my master swallowed his pride and went down and dipped in the Jordan River 7 times, just as Elisha had told him. Then his skin became new again, like the skin of a child, and he was clean, no more leprosy. We had such a wonderful welcome home party. I helped my mistress get ready. She was so happy, smiling and laughing. I smiled too. I smiled because I had played a crucial part in my master being healed from leprosy. I had spoken up about God's prophet, and because of that, everyone in the kingdom knew my God was a God who could heal. God put me in the right place at the right time. What's wonderful about this account is that despite being a captive servant, this little girl was able to witness to people about her God, the God of Israel. And God may put you somewhere, sometime, someplace where it's crucial that you talk to them about Him. Why don't you dig into God's Word and check out this account for yourself?